this business, we got to make money to feed our business. We got to make money for our leads. We got to make money to pay our bills. We got to make money to pay for office space, obviously with Albert, Darren, and other people on the team who have their own office. So number one, the first thing first is our own production. We got to make money for ourselves. You have to keep up your production. And that will obviously generate to your team, and your team will start keeping up their production based off of you. So I definitely learned that. I don't do that as much anymore. I still do it a little too much.
It's work in progress.
But I was a D student. I was failing. Now I'm like a C plus. Okay, so I'm at least passing in that aspect now.
It's Veterans Day. I'll give you a B minus.
You give me a B minus Veterans Day.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Elite Sales Podcast. Very happy to have you here along with my good buddy, Jean-Pierre Badon, as we call him JP, as most of you guys know.
How's everyone doing?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to have him on because number one, it was your birthday 2 days ago.
Yeah, November 9th.
Happy birthday to my man. This is someone who's been with me through thick and thin from
the beginning. I remember when Albert started, he was at, I think, right around 150 to 200.
Yeah.
Wow,
and
that's crazy.
Incredible. I know, 2.5 years, boom.
Right. So yeah, I think it was probably a little bit before the pandemic happened.
It was before. No, I came on.
Well, I didn't start. I met you at a conference.
Yeah, I didn't start. So I was around the business, but I didn't start. I knew about FFL. I was going to meetings, but then I finally started like 6 months, 7 months after I got introduced.
Right.
So I was introduced in February of 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so, you're right. We've come a long way because I was probably around maybe around the 200.
I think around 200, yeah.
250,000 range.
Mm-hmm.
And then for us, as a team effort, because of all of you guys, because JP, Cliff, Yoel, Joanne, everybody a part of Elite that's contributed something or it's looking to contributing positive vibes, good energy, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
We actually qualified for Hall of Fame, which is $10 million issue paid for the year, us as a team with Elite. So one special shout out to M, who brought in these beautiful balloons. I don't know if you guys can see it in there.
Can they see it? Well, they're very nice. They're these gold balloons.
Nice gold balloons.
You know our stuff.
Use your imagination. Use your imagination.
Use the imagination.
So I came in the office. There was these. She surprised me with these nice balloons. So I appreciate that. She also brought some like pastries, which you guys, if you guys want to hop across the camera, you guys can have some. But also, I wanted to bring JP on because today's a very special day. It's Veterans Day.
Yeah. Okay.
So M's also a veteran, so happy Veterans Day to you and all of you guys that have served, are currently serving. Appreciate all of your service. Our opportunity here would not exist. Our freedoms here in this country would not exist had it not been for all the veterans that sacrificed, that served, that contributed to this country. So we're very thankful, and it means a lot to all of us. So, JP, being a veteran, I wanted to have you on so you can kind of what does Veterans Day mean to you?
I mean, when I think of veteran, I know a lot of veterans, we probably think of like Vietnam veterans, or we think about,
I think that's
like older veterans who maybe have gone through a lot. I don't take my service lightly. I'm very proud of what I did and what my company and my unit did. But, realistically, Veterans Day is just another day for me. I don't think that I should be like hand clapped like anybody else or nothing like that, but I do understand the sacrifices though.
Yeah.
That's one big thing that I've learned over the years, and even in my own military service, that I've seen people sacrifice big things, so whether if it's their life for their country, their time away from family, their health, that's the biggest thing. And a lot of people might not understand those true sacrifices. So I thank all the veterans that are with Family First Life Elite. And, I thank you, Derek, for your service. I thank you. I'm not sure who else on the team is a veteran, but if you are a veteran, I definitely thank you for your service. And, it means something, be proud of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we don't take it for granted. Derek, are you on here?
He's a Marine.
Yes, I am. What's going on? Sorry, in the back of a car right now driving. So
that's okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, these are a couple guys that I talk to on a pretty regular basis. So, I I know they talk about their they don't talk too much about the actual time in the service, but they take pride in what they do, what they did, and how they serve. So, first of all, happy Veterans Day to you, my man. But what does Veterans Day mean to you? Like, what do we need to know about Veterans Day?
Yeah, I mean, just like JP said, it's not so much of a, hey, we want to be on a pedestal for it, but, in reality, less than 1% of the population has done something like this. I mean, currently, and whether it be for their country, for their own, their own gains, like something like college, or just to, see the world, whatever it may be, they're still doing things that no one really wants to do and on a daily basis. So it's kind of nice to, to honor them, even if they don't want it, that it's a great country and a great opportunity for everybody.
I agree. So I appreciate you, and just wanted to bring you on really quickly to share a little bit. And, I love the fact that you're growing your team, and looking forward to getting you to vice president very soon.
Yes, sir. By convention, that's the goal.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks, Derek. And then speaking of across the country, we actually do have a national sales conference coming up. Just to change topics real quick, that's going to be in Arizona. It's actually coming up on Monday, so it's coming up in a couple of days. Free to attend. It's registerlaunch2021.com. If you haven't registered yet, make sure you do register. We will obviously be there. Looking forward to this training event. There's also a charity fundraiser at the end of the evening. If you want to donate to that, raising money for children, underprivileged children for the holidays, to be able to provide them some gifts, some gifts, food, clothes, whatever it may be.
Yeah, whenever you can donate, definitely goes a long way. So, if you have anything, I know the Dream Center can definitely use your donations. So.
Yeah. Okay, so looking forward to seeing all of you guys that have not done it, and I'm going to get into the weekly production. So we're like usual. I mean, last week I totally botched it. I kept saying we're for the month of September. We did 1.3 million. It was actually for the month of October. Okay, every day is like the same to me. So I mean, like for me, it kind of just blends in. Like we were in Oklahoma recently for Darren White's grand opening. Like for me, everything was kind of a blur. I'm like, what day is it? And like every day is like the same. I'm just trying to put in the work and just trying to grow this thing. But,
hey, congratulations again, Darren White, to open up in your office. Also, Trisha, great job.
Darren White, good. Landon,
nice.
Good job, guys.
Very
Trisha,
good.
All you guys,
Rich,
which we'll talk to Darren White in just a second. So that was a really great time. But as far as for Family First Life Elite, after 1 week issue paid in the month of November, okay, and the month of November we finished with 1.3 million in the month of October, not September, October. But after 1 week in the month of November, we as a group collectively have done 455,000 in issue paid policies in premium. So these are policies that have been issued. Yep. You indeed. So yeah, I mean we're on a decent pace, so our goal again is 3 million by end of the year.
Yep.
So we got to pick things up. It's only 2 months left. But I just want to read off the top 10. So top 10, we have Cameron Zohori with 74.99 issue paid in 1 week. We have Brittany Smart with 8,516. We have Jared Payne, who's a new agent out in North Carolina, 8,660. We have Darren White, who just had his grand opening, 9,399.
Good job.
We have Jason Kodadadian, who we just had on the show, 11,513. We have William Bonning with 12,901. We have Mayra Mellado Sanchez with 16,742. We have Carlos Urizar with 17,700.
Nice.
We have Karen Pierce with 52,516 after 1 week. And topping off number one on the charts, we have the number one top producer in FFL Elite. We have Coronado Haro with 62,128.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
That's good.
So he also just qualified for senior sales manager and also for Sapphire producer, which is 50,000 last month. So
yeah, that's good work. Very good.
Yeah. So in case you guys are wondering, there's money to be made here.
Absolutely.
So
Coronado dropping 50,000 1 month. That's good.
Right.
1 week, actually. Yeah, 1 week.
This is 1 week.
Yeah. So you got plenty more time, Coronado.
Yeah.
Sorry if I showed you short.
500,000 this month.
Hey, you never know. It's a reality here. You never know.
All right, Darren, are you available? We got Darren White here with FFL Rockstars. Okay, he just had his grand opening this past Monday in Seminole, Oklahoma. Sean Mike came out. So Darren, it was Yoel and I got a chance to come out and visit with you guys, participate. I set up a beautiful office. You had a great turnout. Your wife bakes a mean cookie.
Yeah, they were a problem. They were a major problem.
Yeah, it was just a great event, great production, great hearing from everybody, great seeing everybody. So congratulations to you, first of all, Darren.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we got you, man.
All right.
Gotcha.
So it was
awesome.
Yeah. So tell us your thoughts on how the event went and why did you open this office?
Yeah, so I thought it went great. We're pretty proud to have you guys come down, you and Yoel and Trisha and the whole team from that came down, her and Rich, and then to have Sean Mike come down, just incredible. I'm like, really, you had to pinch me, to see if I'm dreaming or not. It was really, it's kind of surreal. And we worked hard to get here, I mean, like, it's been a dream for the last 2 years. And, shoot, as a coach and teacher, I just kept thinking someday, and when I finally pulled the trigger and went full time in June, and started leading my team in production each month, for the first couple of months, I thought, you know what, we could do this. Like, you just get out there and make the sales, you create the financial opportunity to get there and open up an office. And that's what we did. It's just a matter of just getting down, finding out what it's going to take to get your office opened up, make enough sales to be able to generate the money, and, rely on your own sales to do that. The rest of it is what is going on. Anyway.
Is it like a wasp or something?
It looks like a flyer.
It's a fly. That's hilarious. I'm like trying to figure it out. There's a freaking fly.
He's getting in.
You're
Well,
telling us your
like-
story and the fly's getting in the way of it.
Isn't that crazy? It's on my camera. Landon laughing if he's here because he sees that freaking the same fly every day come in. And we're all no one wants to sit at my desk because that fly.
The fly's got to pay rent.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the fly and work
I mean, it
spots.
was great, man. It just a dream come through.
Okay. Now, obviously, you've been running your own business this entire time.
Yep.
We all are. Okay. So that when you start with FFL, you're an independent contractor, you're a business owner.
Yep.
But how does getting an office now, how does that change things for you?
Oh, it's crazy. First of all, the community, if you ever, you've been to Seminole now, a little bitty town in the middle of nowhere. Sean Mike was laughing at it, get that fly. Sean Mike is kind of, like surprised, how small the place was and all. It's not a real big town. Maybe about 7,000-8,000 people live here. But the reason we chose Seminole, for one, it's our hometown. It's where my wife and I are from. It's where we met, where we raised our kids. And so it was home for us, and we wanted to build it at home. But if you're familiar with Oklahoma, you got two major hubs. You got Oklahoma City and Tulsa, and we're exactly halfway between either hub. And so I've got agents in both Tulsa and Oklahoma City. I've got probably 7 or 8 in each of those areas. So it just made more sense to be in the middle. We drive in this business is what we do. So why not drive to make your phone calls and then go back and run your appointments? And so I think it was worked out pretty good. So what did it do, man? We had the city of Seminole actually show up for the grand opening. The Chamber of Commerce was here, and several representatives of the city council and so forth was here. And they were very impressed with Sean Mike and his what he had to say. Like, they were blown away actually with it. Talked to one of the persons later, and they were like, we had no idea. Like, that it's crazy. You think about just think about 150,000, even to hit VP. Whenever I'm hitting VP at 150,000 a month, that is $150,000 in salaries paid out through Rockstars, through the team right here. And I'm like, there's not a lot of businesses in Seminole that produces $150,000.
That fly is like,
I didn't want to say anything, but I was
I'm telling you, I'm about to blow this thing up. to think about the money, my God, to think what Albert's team doing and that we can be there. We'll be there within another year. Our goal to be doing what Albert's doing today.
That's
and
right.
to think that they are the business in Seminole, Oklahoma, that, and we know that people outside of Seminole are in this group, but it's originated here in Seminole, Oklahoma, and that pays out $1 million a month in salaries. I guess those numbers just blow your mind when you think about it. We're going to be the largest producing company in the city of Seminole, and those numbers are real. It's not
So
just,
how big are you compared to like a Tulsa or Oklahoma
yeah,
City?
so we're small. Like we're just a small community in the middle of the state, right? So
Okay.
where we got maybe 8 to 10,000, 7 to 8,000 probably people. But in our area, we got several cities about 20, 30,000 around us, so we got some pretty decent sized cities around us. But Tulsa, is probably 500,000, where Oklahoma City has 1.2 million or so in surrounding area around it. So, and Tulsa maybe a little larger than that with this surrounding area, 800,000 or 900,000 probably.
Gotcha.
So,
Oh, wow.
Well, Seminole wasn't. I mean, that was my second time out of
Yeah.
Seminole. I mean, great. It was. It's not very big, but everyone's just so.
we got an airport,
Hey, Albert.
Isn't that pretty cool? So Sean Mike autographed our FFL guitar. Can y'all see that?
Hey,
Yeah.
that's nice.
So,
Do you play the guitar by chance? You play the guitar, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
He's a
Okay.
rock star. Come on.
Landon
That's
does.
what I was thinking. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I like it.
Let's hear a little something.
Yeah. Hey, well, yeah, we got a few minutes. Go ahead, play
There's
some-
no strings on that one. Took the strings off, but
Sing for us, Darren.
Show us your best air guitar riff.
yeah,
That's right.
you
Do your
do
thing,
that.
man. We're your audience for the next 2 minutes.
ready?
We got you.
Nickelback's looking for a lead singer.
Looking for that background. The background.
Oh, it's a
I don't know
blast.
what they call
Hey,
it.
thing is, we have fun. The rock stars have fun. We have fun in our dial days. We try to embrace our image, and I tell my agents they're all rock stars, and we come in every day, and that we come in, we're rock stars. We rock at the house, and we just try to have fun with it. If you can't have fun with it, you're in the wrong business. And you got to, in this business, man, so many ups and downs and lows. If you don't have fun during the process of doing it and celebrating with your clients or with your agents and all of us, then I don't know. It would be I would hate to do this business if you couldn't have fun doing it. And we love dial days. Like dial days is our best day of the year, of the week, because we get to come together and have fun at the office, and pretty powerful. Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
so I was going to say, Albert,
Please.
did you know the building right next to us, right? That we looked
Yep.
at, the twin building that just like ours.
Right.
We spoke with that guy today, and we're in the process of opening it up as well. So we're going to have another 3,000 square foot side by side. So we're going to have 6,000 square foot of offices, but that one is going to be designed to have offices all throughout it. So we're going to have like smaller offices, medium sized, and large offices, and we'll rent them out for like $200, $350, and $500 a piece. And then
Wow, that's
that
cool.
will pay for the offices itself. But it'll give every one of my agents the opportunity to have a private area to go to if they want to. So we got that going here in about another 2 months.
Okay.
Great job, Darren.
Same rental prices as Los Angeles.
With LA, you got to multiply it by 5, and then you got us.
No, but I'm really proud of you because you are having fun with it. Obviously when you had the grand opening, you were beaming with pride. You were sharing about your people. You were talking about all the big plans that you had. It was really cool to watch, because to see people from within our team start building up to that point, creating your own identity, having a place where you can just call, this is our place. It's a really neat thing. And I'm excited about everyone else having that same opportunity to do the same thing. So there's just so much room for growth. I mean, there's no ceiling to this whole thing. We can just continue to expand and let everybody, we're all going to eat together.
Yeah.
We're all going to have an opportunity to do this together. So, I really appreciate you having us out there, because it was a great time. And I'm glad I had a
Thank
bunch
you,
of
man.
Becky's cookies.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for coming.
Yeah. Any other thing you wanted to share with the group?
And just don't be afraid to step out. Honestly, every one of you guys can do it. And I promise you this, since we opened up the office, my agents have doubled their production of what they're doing. They're getting out making dials. They're making sales. When you're sitting at home, it's a good idea to call, but when you got an office to go to, it's what you got to do, right? And we encourage each other. Every one of them went out and had a powerful day today and yesterday. They're going to be back in the office tomorrow dialing because we had to do Tuesday and Friday instead of Monday, Thursday because of the grand opening. But we got them all coming back in tomorrow. We've hired like 3 new people since the office been open. Like everything is geared now to where it's just turn around a lot quicker and get people trained in selling. Don't be afraid to step out and make your move out there. Go out there and open up an office. It's doable for any of you, but when you do it, I promise you. My wife tells me like she was one of the first ones that she was worried about it. She said, "Why do you have to open an office? You got your office at home." And like maybe it's because I will go to work if I'm out if I leave the house and do it. And so now when I get home, I'm not getting home till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. Last night, literally, I got home at 12:30. It's after midnight, and I was out making the sales. But she's like the opposite. She's like, "Well, are you ever going to come home instead of leaving?" And I'm like, "I'll be there occasionally, but not very often." But it's nice having an office to go to.
Absolutely. Well, super proud of you, and obviously you're leading the way with $9,000 issue paid out after the first week in November. I said 1 week. You more than covered your rent already. Yeah. So there you go. Just put in a little bit of work. Start taking some real ownership over your business and just see where it can take you. So thank you for having you on. Landon, are you there with us?
Yeah, what's up, man?
All right, so this is Darren's son-in-law. One of our good buddies out there in Oklahoma. Yoel had a great time with you. You got him to eat steak.
Yeah, he did. What's up, Landon?
That's like
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but
What's up, dude?
I know Landon's out there on a travel trip going out to Arkansas, I believe.
Yeah, we're in Arkansas.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Logan. Happy Veterans Days to both of you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, happy
Appreciate your
Veterans Day,
service.
Mike. I remember speaking to you earlier. Happy Veterans Day, man.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
That's up here. I called earlier.
All right, Landon. So I just want to have you on real quick to kind of just share about your thoughts on the grand opening.
Oh no, it's exciting. It's big time. Words into action. It's cool to see it open up, and I'm excited to see the fruits of what's going to come from off. It's going to be cool.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're cutting a little bit in and out, so we're going to keep this brief.
Yeah.
But one thing about having the office is that people can all go in and dial together. They can get a chance to kind of get some training. To speak to the top producers. Kind of just have a sense of community. One thing that we were talking about earlier is just that now you can do virtual sales, you can do telephone sales, but you are still preferring to go out and do it face to face. Okay, why is that?
At built for virtual sales right now. You see, I tried to go ahead. I was like, there was a whole movement of FFL agents going completely virtual, and I was like, dang, this is cool. And I realized quickly whenever I wasn't making the sales that I was making in the field, because I'm more personal. It's harder to make a connection for me through a phone than to shake somebody and shake somebody's hand and look them in the eye and say hi, hello, So virtual sales, I realized there's some deer. I just realized pretty quick that it's not for me.
That's fair.
A lot of people do come across. So I know he cut out a little bit. So what RoboCop Landon said was we had this conversation. We talked about he tried virtual, he tried telephone sales. He didn't quite have he didn't have the same type of success he does face to face. And for those of you that have met Landon and Yoel, you've hung out with Landon a couple times, right?
A couple times.
Okay. He's a super warm guy. He's a super friendly guy.
Very nice.
And the in person definitely conveys that a lot more, especially for someone meeting for the first time. So when it comes to virtual sales and telephone sales, I mean, you got to know yourself. You got to know what your strengths are. If you communicate really well, via virtually or telephone sales, then you can do it. But then there's also some people that just prefer the face to face, and which is why we always recommend the hybrid approach.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're kind of doing that also. So with the hybrid approach, allows everybody to choose what's best for you and also choose what's best for the client for every situation.
And the biggest thing that I wanted to add, and I hope you don't mind me adding, I think FFL has gone in a direction of just being able to offer more opportunities to make money. So if you're good on the phones, great, sell over the phone. If you want to do it by Zoom and that's your platform, do it by Zoom. However, we can't remember that what got us all here is the face-to-face in-home. So I think my strength is a little bit of everything, but I know for a fact that when I go into a home, I'm more than likely going to close that client because of the compassion I show for them, the understanding of their situation. They can see me in person. They know that I truly care about their situation, and that I'm there to help. Sometimes over the phone, that can kind of be lost. And realistically, for some of the agents that are selling over the phone, they know that we have to sell basically what's the cheapest option sometimes, because people are looking for the quickest, the cheapest, what's the most affordable, wham, bam, let's get it done. But when you're actually in a home, you can actually definitely serve the family in the best possible form by walking through the full presentation, giving them everything you got. And, realistically, if you sell over the phone, your business will, or if you sell in the home, your business will tend to stay on the books a little bit better than selling over the phone. So let's just stick to our bread and butter. If you want to sell over the phone, do it here and there, but stick to what works.
Just track your results. If you're getting good results, don't change a thing.
Yeah. If you have 90% retention over the phone, stick to the phone. So yeah. But the biggest thing with FFL is that we can now offer many options for people who might not be able to go to the field all the time. But if you do decide to do other platforms, become an expert at that platform. So that way, you can grow your business, you can track your business, like what Albert said, and you can, teach other people to do exactly what you do and understand that they will have the same results that you have as long as they copy you, right. And that's what we do. This is a copycat business. Everything that I've learned is from Albert, from other people in the business. I never worked in insurance, but the biggest thing is that we always make sure that our agents are able to just keep it simple and basic. So whatever you do, keep it simple and basic, over the phone or in the home.
Yeah. It's a very simple process.
Yeah.
Len, I'm not sure if your connection's any better here, but in the event that you are able to hear us and then you're not too choppy, what does the office mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's connected.
Taking photos.
Okay.
Is he free?
Maybe they saw a deer or something.
He saw a deer.
Expert hunter, marksman.
The whole situation with the office with Darren, he's been with you for about a year and a half now, maybe, or so.
Probably a year and a half, almost 2 years. Maybe.
About 2 years. Yeah. It's so awesome to see Darren come in here with a group of people who are motivated, and they ended up getting an office, and it's making me want to move and do my own thing and brand out and have something accountable for my team, and being able to set that path to where we all can grow, because we're all part of Elite, and it's okay to take that pride in our brand here. But you stepped out and now you're rock stars. Marlon is excellence. You got Cliff with Generational, and all these teams. We got to take ownership of who we are, and having an office is all a part of that. So kudos to you for doing that. And man, I'm excited for you, dude. You have good people working with you, man. Very good people.
That's right.
Right. So.
All right. So I guess we'll get Landon back on next time when he's a little more stationary.
When he's not out in the field.
I'm here. I'm just in Arkansas. It's got bad service.
Yeah. Not a little bit on the sticks. But
He's in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Wow.
Everywhere's in the sticks in Arkansas.
I need to head out there.
Yeah, we'll get you back on next time, Landon, when we have a little bit better connection. So, but I appreciate you, and it was fun hanging out with you. And that steak was good. Did your wife enjoy the Wagyu?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had it last night before church.
Oh, you had
some too?
That was for her.
Dang.
Oh,
what's
yeah,
the
she
Wa-
she gave-
Wagyu again? What's that again?
I don't think she had any. I think he made that up.
You
So he
want-
can have more.
What's the Wagyu again? What is that?
It's a type of steak.
Oh, okay.
We after the grand opening, Landon was nice enough because it's about a hour out from Seminole, Oklahoma
okay.
City, where we stayed at, where we flew into. Landon was very nice to drive us back all the way back, even though I told him we can get a town car to come pick us up or something. But he drove us back, and then we ended up going to a steakhouse he recommended. It was really good. It's called Red Prime. If you guys are out in Oklahoma City,
Wow. Okay.
very nice. And then Yoel, who's vegan, ended up having a steak.
I was
We're
like,
mentioning this for the second
I
time.
thought you were a
Yes.
vegan.
I told you guys, I've been saying for the last couple months that I was going to start incorporating good quality beef into my diet. I'm not vegan because of,
He's a
my
part-time
compassion
vegan.
for animals, to be full transparency. It's just for nutritional purposes. So, I still experiment with different, things nutritionally, including
was it?
Darren's wife's cookies.
Was that Darren?
How was it at Yoel?
It was good. It was
Okay.
good. My stomach was fine. I've been vegan for like 3.5 years. The steak was incredible. No complaints. I didn't feel weird, didn't feel funny, and I'll probably keep incorporating it into my diet.
Very cool.
But,
it was a good time.
I'm still vegan. But
He's
Except
vegan.
you're not.
but I'm not exactly.
He's
Except
not
not.
vegan anymore.
I'm a
He's-
fake vegan.
He's a part-time vegan, guys. But
Yeah,
it's okay.
exactly.
It's all.
So Albert, we last time you were here, we gave you calf fries. We didn't get a chance to have Yoel do the calf fries, but maybe
What
we
is it? What is
should've.
it?
Calf fries.
cat fries.
Calf
Calf
Calf.
fries.
It's like a
Oh,
cow,
calf.
like a baby cow.
It's cow bull testicles.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They're sliced up and fried. I
Calf
tried it.
fries.
What's wrong with meat? Why do we got to have like the testicles and tongues and like all this stuff? What's wrong with like a good steak?
Hey, when in Oklahoma?
Hey, you got to walk before you run. Maybe a couple months. Give me a couple months, Darren, and
Next time we come down, we'll make sure you will get
He was
some.
just giving you a buffet to see what you really like. That's what it was.
I like that.
But thanks to you guys. Appreciate both of you guys. Let's move on to you now.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
How
I
old are you?
appreciate it.
It was just your birthday. How old are you now?
I'm 36.
36. Not getting younger.
I feel like I'm 56.
That's not good.
I really do though. But Albert, I appreciate you bringing me on, your Zoom call with the team. It's grown a lot over the last few years that I've been here, and seeing you grow has impressed me. And it also showed me that we all can do it if we put in the effort. We consistently put in the effort to grow our team and, put our money where our mouth is, and not just, celebrate outside of the business, but put that money back into your business. Don't buy nice things all the time, so that's the biggest thing that I've noticed, is that Albert has invested a lot into his team, and then boom, we're here. So
It's
I'm
been
looking
fun.
forward.
I've enjoyed the ride.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a little bit that you guys don't know. So I've been with FFL for maybe about 2.5 years now. I've been working with Albert and Brittany. They've both been very great mentors. I've also learned some stuff from Jack. Jack's been a great mentor as well, just with some basic phone stuff. So if you guys do find people who are outside of Elite who have maybe little things that you might be able to benefit from, use it. Why not? And bring it back to the team. If it makes sense and it makes some sales for you guys, bring it back to us and we'll incorporate it. A lot of stuff that we're learning at least from my standpoint, it's not always with the team. It could be from somebody else, or it can be from my own experience, but I always want to make sure that we can share it. So that's just a little bit about my experiences with FFL. We're all very, we all like to share as much information as possible. But I appreciate you bringing me on for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Well, when that's a good point. When Darren had his grand opening, we had a few agents from outside of FFL Rockstars, from just local agents from other teams that were in Oklahoma. And Darren was very gracious. Obviously, he invited them all. He posted it. The agents that came in, he made them feel very welcomed. He offered for them. They're going to have trainings. They're all welcome to join and come to these events. He's willing to help them individually. Whether even though they're not specifically on his team. So
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that we pride ourselves here in FFL Elite, just to be able to help everybody, regardless of what the hierarchy is. Because I feel like it's a very counterproductive thing if you say like, okay, well, I'd help you, but you're not on my team, so I'm not going to get paid. So like, I don't like, even though it gets, no, here's the thing. If it's going to take off of your plate if it's something that you can't handle and you can't handle your own business, is gonna you like don't go and help other people. And I've had to have this talk with you because
Well,
you're such a
yeah,
helpful
for sure.
guy.
I always try and help everybody.
You try to help everybody at the
It's
beginning,
too much.
and
know.
I used to say,
He's not your, like, come on, focus.
no,
on
I
the-
just say like he's not on your team. I'm like you're taking away time for you to be making money because you need to be
That
growing
is
your
true.
business.
That's true.
So like if you're not in the position where you need to be, or if
Yeah.
it's taken away from your time, then don't do it. Or
That is true.
don't say like, and obviously we can all be diplomatic about it and just not say like, no, I ain't helping you.
Yeah.
But it's more like, let me get to this first. I got some things I got to take care of, and time management and having control and all the other stuff is important to running a business.
And then one thing I will say too, though, and a little caveat or from this is that not all teams are built like Elite. Just so you know, you guys are really on the best team, because I know a lot of different teams with FFL that are not ran by good leadership. So you guys are with a great, leader in Albert and John, and Marlon and Cliff, and
Well, we're very blessed. Let's not speak ill of anybody else here.
Well, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying that I take pride in being a part of this team. And I appreciate your leadership.
Well, I appreciate you and appreciate everyone
Yeah.
on this team. But I mean, that's the thing. If you want to help others, and this is just kind of in general, if you do want to help others, because I think we have a lot of great people on this team.
Yeah.
A lot of people do want to contribute to help others out, but the thing is, you got to handle your own business first.
Yeah.
So until you get to that point, the thing is, you may feel like it's a magnanimous gesture to go out and help somebody else that needs help, or makes you feel good to help somebody. But the thing is, if it sets you back, then you're not in a position to be able to help anymore.
Yeah, it's
Right.
being counterproductive for
It
sure.
becomes counterproductive. So if it's something that doesn't take away from you, and you're capable of helping, by all means, I would say help.
Yeah.
And help without the expectation of something in return.
Yeah.
Because whenever you do things, like if I do this person is going to owe me this, or that person,
Yeah.
It's like when you start calculating things out that way, you're not giving because you truly want to give. You're giving because now you're being almost manipulative, or you're almost you're thinking you're being a little bit conniving in that situation. And we want people that genuinely want to help. And if that's too much for you because you don't see the benefit to it, that's okay. You don't need to help.
Mhm.
But I mean, for me, and I just always experienced this in my life. Like everyone that helps seems to like get rewarded tenfold.
Yeah.
And I've experienced this myself plenty. So I mean, I live a very blessed life, and there's times when I've struggled financially. There's times when business wasn't good.
Yeah.
But even then, like I just knew if I just continue to help as many people as I can, things will grow. And I think you're starting to kind of see that now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just to mention that, when I first started, and I remember when I came into this business, I was looking at, so Brittany was my upline, Albert, Jack, and everybody. And I just came in, and the vibe that I got from the team, because I worked with these other companies that were BS. They didn't help anybody. They're all about themselves, And when I came into this business, it really felt like our team was like super solid. Like everybody was
Like
actually, and it still is, And the biggest thing that I've learned is to be selfless, and what Albert's saying is true, but now I can be selfless to my team.
Yes.
To the people that are direct to me, and the
Priorities.
people. Yeah, priorities is very true. So I've actually had to learn that myself, because a lot of us who are giving are people who might come from like a military background. For all the soldiers and Marines that are on this call, me and you all know our job is to help civilians. We all know that. So when I think of this job, I think of like, okay, I'm still programmed that way to help people naturally,
Right.
But we still have to treat it as a business and make sure that we're helping our guys.
Right.
Don't go out of your way so much to help people who maybe not necessarily financially benefit you, but in some way they're taken away from the people who do, and also from your own personal production that you need to really build your business.
If you're doing it too much, right?
Yeah, if you're doing it. And I was doing that when I first started. I was focusing on other things instead of focusing on the personal production, which will help build my own team.
Yeah, we've actually said this a couple of times, right? We were talking about JP's a great guy, and he's just super helpful. But then there's just times where we're like, why is he helping all these people? Like, take care of your own business first.
Yeah.
And then we're like, I wonder if it's because of his military background. Like he's just so used to just serving and just trying to take orders, trying to be a good soldier.
It is true. And it's just who we are. Like it can be good and it can be bad, but if you can gear it in the right direction, you'll benefit greatly. If you gear it in the wrong direction, you'll be spinning your wheels because you're taken away from money making activities.
Yeah.
This business, we got to make money to feed our business. We got to make money for our leads. We got to make money to pay our bills. We got to make money to pay for office space. You know, obviously with Albert, Darren, and other people on the team who have their own office. So number one first, the first thing first is our own production. We got to make money for ourselves. You have to keep up your production. And that will obviously generate to your team, and your team will start keeping up their production based off of you. So I definitely learned that. I don't do that as much anymore. I still do it a little too much.
It's work in progress.
But it's I mean,
But you're making
I
progress.
was a D student. I was failing. Now I'm like a C plus. Okay, so I'm at least passing in that aspect now.
It's Veterans Day. I'll give you a B minus.
You give me a B minus Veterans Day. You know, so the biggest thing, and I'm glad Albert brought that up, is you don't want to spin your wheels in helping situations that don't benefit you financially when you first start in this business, because your finances are so important. Everything that you do, all your money should be going to your lead flow and your marketing. That's it. You know, even for myself, I still have to make sure that I keep a certain amount of money for my lead flow and I'm not taking away from my business. So that's the biggest thing, you know, that I've learned over the 2.5 years I've been here.
Well, one thing for all of you leaders out there that are looking to further build your business, and we've got quite a few of you guys.
Yeah.
And I love it because it just means we can multiply our efforts. We can have more people getting on board, helping more families, helping more people out there, putting people in better position. But I guess the biggest thing is you have to, it's always a fine line. Like, when do I help? When do I focus on myself? Like, the thing is, helping yourself is not necessarily selfish. You have to make the distinction, have to understand the distinction. And even if you have the heart to want to help people, sometimes it gets a little excessive. You're helping people all the time, but you're not helping yourself. That's also kind of like a self-image issue or like a self-esteem issue. So then, you know, you can't help others if you can't help yourself. Right. So, you know, you got to find that right balance. And if you're ever in that position, not knowing what's the difference, I would say just go work on yourself some more. Yeah, because the thing is, once you gain more and more experience, once you continue to, number one, get the practical experience, so you know what it is that you need to do, but also you get a lot more clarity because you're like, I've done this already, and so the next time this experience comes up, I know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like, if my people go through the same thing, they have questions, because I've done it, I know which direction to guide them. Ultimately, it's still gonna be their decision. They still want to decide whether they're gonna do it that way or not. That's upon their execution and their plans. But, you know, the best thing that we can do for others is to make sure we get our own stuff in order.
Absolutely. Right. And we have to remember, we all, and I'm guessing, which I'm pretty sure my guess is pretty accurate. All of us on this call, we're all go-getters. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all in this to really run our own business. So you kind of have to be self-sufficient. So me stepping out and helping other people, they should kind of have to learn on their own too, because I took it on the chin when I was learning. Albert took it on the chin when he was learning, you know, so we kind of have to rely on our own self and look into finding our own answers to our problems too. So that's the biggest thing that, you know, I've learned is, you know, you don't have to be all things to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, just do your thing, man. Just keep being positive, show good numbers, keep it super simple, and people will follow you. Treat people good, you know, make sure that they know that they're number one. Yeah, we are a family, and that's good. But number two, we're here to make money, to provide. I'm here to make money for my daughter. I'm here to make money for my family. And I trust Albert to lead me in the right direction to where I can continue to do that. Hey, you're doing this wrong. Maybe you should veer right. Maybe you should veer left. But you're doing something incorrectly that's going to take you away from feeding your family. So,
and I'm not bashful. I will tell you, right?
No, you got to be direct. And if you're not direct in business, why you're in business? You need to go work for somebody. If you're not going to actually be accountable to something, then you might as well go get a 9-to-5, which I'm sure a lot of us left for our own opportunity to build our own book of business here. So, you know, I appreciate the criticism and the positive criticism, and, you know, I'll keep getting better, keep growing, and, you know, keep learning. And I hope everyone, you know, we can all learn from each other's mistakes and also our wins. You know, the team, we are winning as a team. If you look at the issue paid numbers as a team, an average agent, as long as they're issue paying 5, 10, 15 grand a month, they're definitely doing much better than a regular 9 to 5 person if they can manage their money properly.
Yeah.
I knew for a fact when I started hitting 25K a month, I was living decent. I was living good. And
Too good.
Yeah, probably a little too good, upgraded a little bit too much. But without the opportunity of FFL to be able to make that type of money, I would have never experienced that.
It's a balance. It's a balance.
Yeah,
It's
it's
something
definitely a
you learn
balance for
along the way.
sure.
What percentage of people do you think not only ask for help, but give help to avoid the work?
Oh, that's a strong question.
But then I think that always comes to light. It won't. I don't know the percentage, but there are
I need
people
the
trying
exact percentage.
to, so there's people that try to avoid that responsibility, so they start giving it off to everybody else. But the thing is, you
can't
still
delegate
like
everything,
what can
yeah.
you offer to them later?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
you need
I
experience it yourself.
for sure. I think that, and just looking at you, looking at Brittany, looking at Jack, looking at people that have been here for quite a while, you got to be an expert at all aspects of your business. You got to learn all aspects of your business. You have to love it? No, you don't have to love it. Do I like dialing the phones? No, I hate dialing the phones, but I'm pretty good at it and it makes me money. So I do it,
Yeah.
So like the recruiting aspect, that's a part that I'm working on. I'm working on how to get better at recruiting. And that's the part of the business that I really need to focus on. And that's the part that I'm looking at now. But when you first start the business, a lot of new agents that come from different agencies, they're really big on recruiting, but you got to be able to recruit and teach people how to make money. And if you can't learn the basics, you're going to recruit people and you're just going to have to keep recruiting people because you're not teaching them how to make money. So if we understand the basics of making money, which is the phones, buying leads and hitting the phones hard and learning how to use the phones properly, sky's the limit, so.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah.
you sharing all that. So
Yes, sir.
So I just want to share something with you guys really quickly. We, like I mentioned, we had a great experience out in Oklahoma. Like everybody was so nice at the grand opening. I always love spending time with Darren and Landon and all the whole gang. It was great. Yoel and I got in a night early. We actually went to the Oklahoma City Thunder game. They actually won. So
It was a good game.
Who did they play?
They played the Spurs.
The Spurs, yeah.
Yeah.
Popovich.
Yeah. We had some great seats. It was awesome. We had fun at the game. Went back to the hotel. It was still kind of early, so we stopped off for a drink. So we were at the hotel bar downstairs. We're having a drink, having a good time. Just having a good talk, game planning for the next day. And someone comes by, and then he's just like, "Hey, where are you guys from?" And then I was like, Los Angeles. And then he starts talking, he starts like questioning both of us very intently. And it's like, no, but why are you guys here? Why are you guys here?
Yeah,
and at first I thought he was joking because for me, I'm like, I don't take anyone that seriously, and like I'm a friendly guy. And
Yeah,
I
for
was
sure.
just kind of like, I don't get what's going on here. So I'm like, is he joking with us? Is he trying? I'm like, maybe I don't understand. Maybe he's asking us a question.
Yeah.
So then with Yoel and I, like, I don't know, we're if you look at us, you see the demographics in Oklahoma, you can obviously see we don't look exactly the same because we're Californians.
We're different from that.
but yeah, we didn't look like everybody else, which is fine. Like I love meeting people from all across the country, and it was great. But he persisted. He was there for a little bit, and then he walked away. So I was like, Yo and I were like, that was weird. Like, what's up with this guy? Because we weren't bothering him. We were just sitting at the table by ourselves. Then he comes back again. I mean, this guy was drunk, mind you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he comes back again. He's like, no, but why are you guys here? And like, I try to shake his hand. He slapped my hand away. And then he's like, why here? And then eventually the bar, and then like, he was like standing there. So I'm like, oh, this is getting serious now. So like, I grabbed my glass. I was about to smash it over his head. I was going to like beat him down, but the bar manager came by, and then he pushed them away. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I guess he's been hassling other people at the bar too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Wow.
I just bring this up because, especially, for as great of an event as that was, and as much as I've enjoyed everywhere I've traveled to, I mean, it also puts things into perspective a little bit that, not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to accept you. And for me, I mean, like, yeah, as I mentioned, like, yeah, I was a little upset at the moment because I wanted to beat him down.
Yeah.
But then the thing was, after everything cooled off, after he was escorted out, you all and I got a chance to sit down and talk a little bit more, and we were just reflecting. We're like, yeah, we're not in California right now. We're not where we're at.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
I'm
it
really
also
rich with you for now on, Albert.
What she said?
Rich
Yeah,
is, Rich
please
is-
bring
oh,
Rich
please.
everywhere. That guy is.
He can be
yeah.
cornered like a decoy, and then you just give him the high sign, and he'll come over.
Dude, I met Rich and I was like, this is a big guy.
he's like the gentle giant.
I was
though.
like,
He's a
wow.
gentle giant.
He is.
But I mean, but actually, I mean, I putting more thought into it. I was kind of like, yeah, I mean, I didn't like that. I didn't care for that guy particularly.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go. He didn't have to go and do all that. But then again, I'm kind of like, it's a free country, and that's one of the things that's not going to change overnight. Sacrifices our veterans make.
Yeah.
It gives us the freedoms to be able to do the things that we want, and it's a big country. It's a very diverse nation. We have different pockets, different states, different cultures, different communities, and all of this stuff. I mean, it's part of what America is. And then for us to be able to go out and experience this with, all the great people that we encountered out in Oklahoma, to come across as one guy, like it puts things in perspective. Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't be upset. I can't think all people are like this, because think about Darren and Landon and
Yeah.
all the guys part of FFL Rockstars and how gracious and kind and loving and warm that they are. So, it's one of those things that you just kind of really puts things in perspective. And, you recognize the world that we live in. It represents what we do here at work too. Not everyone's going to like what you do. Not everyone's going to accept you. Not everyone's going to support you. But the thing is, you choose whether or not you want to focus on those people.
Yeah.
You choose who you want to focus on. You choose what you want to focus on, and you are in control, a lot more control than you believe that you are.
That's true.
Okay.
100%
Darren,
true.
did you have something you were trying to say? Or
Yeah, Darren, were
did
you
I
saying
hear-
something or?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I need to unmute it. Did I? Now, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
good. Go ahead.
Oh, Albert, I'm sorry to hear that, because I
No.
promise you, not most Oklahomans aren't that way. And that bothers me. Makes the, wish I was up here with you guys when that happened. Like,
no,
I,
I'm glad it played out like that, because I mean,
yeah,
for him to be in that negative space, to mind space, to feel like he needs to go and do that to two total strangers,
That he doesn't even.
yeah. That's
his
not
life
typical of
life is worse than
Oklahomans.
ours.
That's
He's
true.
dealing with more than we like,
Yeah, I felt
he's-
bad for him.
I
I'm
felt
gonna be
bad for him
honest.
too after a while. I'm like, you know what? He's gonna continue to feel this way. He's gonna have this hate in his heart. You all and I, we're gonna be great. We're gonna continue to enjoy life.
I know what happened. Are you ready?
What's that?
Go ahead, Trish.
You outdressed the whole place,
I always be
and
telling
he
him that.
was so upset. He took it out on you.
We are by far the best looking people there.
Oh, Albert
Objectively.
is so
kind of biased,
cheetah. It's amazing. Like Albert is everything with the wardrobe. You could go be a merchandiser, and if you ever want
He's a
to,
merchant.
yeah, for like Bergdorf Goodman
Oh,
or
that's
Saks, totally.
I'll keep that in mind, but I love what I do too much. I think I'm gonna stick with this.
So Albert, you're,
It's just insecure, and you know what? You always get tested by those people, and it's not about them; it's about your attitude.
Right.
So just be proud of yourself and the good decision you made.
Albert,
Yes.
your walk-up call was going to be Sharp Dressed Man, but we didn't get to play it. We forgot we had it keyed up and ready to go. And we didn't get to do it, but
Oh, is that
these
what
a
it
little
was?
ZZ Top for you.
All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, because it could have been a negative situation, but instead I saw the blessing in it. We looked at the overall picture of that trip, and it was a great trip. So I mean, not going to let that deter us. And then your everyday walk, as you guys continue to build your business, just recognize there's going to be things that you don't like, things that you don't that you would like to be different,
Mhm.
but only you can allow that to stop you. So I'm going to continue to do my trips. I'm going to continue to go out there and visit people wherever I'm going to go across the country. I'm going to continue to shake the hands of different people. If they like me, they like me. I'm happy for that. If they don't, tough.
Tough luck. Tough luck.
Haters going to hate.
Muzzle tough.
So I appreciate all you guys getting on. It was great seeing you guys. Congratulations once again to Darren, to Landon, and the entire FFL Rockstars group. Happy Veterans Day to all of you veterans. Appreciate you coming on,
Thank
JP,
you, sir. Thank
and
you,
everyone out there that served in our great military and for our great country. So appreciate you all. We will see you guys next week.